you and me, we show our hearts, yeah, entirely. Deliver me from reality and take me to my fantasy. Tell me we can make this real if we can follow what we feel. I'm running, but I've reached the edge, and now I'm falling, so promise that you'll catch me. The world where you and me, we show our hearts, yeah, entirely. Deliver me from reality and take me to my fantasy. Tell me we can make this real if we can follow what we feel. I'm running, but I've reached the edge, and now I'm falling, so promise that you'll catch me.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. As we head towards kickoff, two quarterbacks will be on the field today trying to push their team to victory. It's Breeze's Saints going up against Bridgewater's Vikings. For the call, let's send you out to the broadcast booth, where we'll join our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
EA Sports coverage takes us to one of the newest jewels on the NFL landscape, US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the New Orleans Saints and the Minnesota Vikings. Hi again, everybody. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, as we get set for our matchup tonight, we saw the quarterback comparison at the outset. We get to watch a couple of good ones here, don't we?
And it's a dramatic scene, isn't it? Whenever you get a night game, things are just a little bit more heightened with a little bit more spotlight, and we get to see two good guys go at it here.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And last year, that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year, he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. And Charles trotting out now the NFL leader in passing yardage this season. A lot of people just assumed it was Matt Ryan, but no, it was Drew Brees as the Saints take the field. 5,208 yards, his 5th time throwing for over 5,000 in a season.
Isn't he the only one who's thrown for over 5,000 yards more than once in an NFL season? So he's made that his benchmark, which tells you about his excellence. Absolutely unbelievable what he gets done, how they run offense in New Orleans. They've got to support him with better defense. If they improve there, they're a playoff team.
And the offense behind the chains here, a touch on 2nd and 11.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackle was there right away for a loss of yardage.
Now Brees throwing on 2nd down. Left side and caught by Flainer. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. And a very good offensive unit here. One of the reasons they're so good is running back Mark Ingram.
Took a little while for him to find his footing when he got into the league, but the former Heisman Trophy winner has it now and has really upped his pass receiving potential. A nice player.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Now Brees on 3rd down. It's complete to Flainer. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the 1st.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do. And it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put it up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
And a look at the Vikings defensive unit.
When I see Sharif Floyd hit the field, I think of all the potential he has, and it's a lot of fun watching that come to the surface.
Second down following the run. They run again with Peterson. And he's brought down. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Let's just go ahead and state the obvious. You're going to want a big game out of that guy. Big-time run to get things started. But even more importantly, coming in on the road, trying to silence the crowd, take them out of it a little bit, slow down the emotions of the game, and get yourselves under control and feel like, yeah, we're going to be okay on the road.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
All right, partner, despite my eating habits, I'm not big enough to play offensive tackle, nor am I quick enough. But with the defensive ends nowadays and their speed, those guys have to be able to punch and dance, and it's a tough, tough job to contain them.
Now Brees. He's going to let this one go deep. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
Now the veteran punter for the Saints, Thomas Morstead, on to punt on 4th down. Marcus Sherrill's back deep for Minnesota. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they'll be led out by their quarterback, the former Louisville Cardinal, Teddy Bridgewater.
To me, the best part of Teddy Bridgewater's game is his decision-making. Very smart, loves to watch the game, loves to analyze it, and he does it so well, he takes care of the football and keeps his team in good spots.
Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Tackle made by Kenny Vaccaro. Okay, Charles, the Vikings offensive starters, a former Ole Miss Rebel is a guy to watch, and that's Laquan Treadwell.
No doubt about it, and when you look at his speed, forget it. All right, just throw out that time stuff. Watch his play speed. He plays the game really fast and big and aggressively. They want to call him Megaquan. If he plays to that, he'll really help this Vikings team.
Bridgewater off the play fake to McKinnon. And Rudolph has it left side. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. And now a look at the Saints starting defense.
Cameron Jordan is now one of those versatile defensive linemen that you can play all up and down the front. Whether he's playing tackle or end, he knows how to make plays.
Third down, Bridgewater. Looking deep downfield. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarris Byrd. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And last time out they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up. But you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over.
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover, and wow, now we've got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
On second down, Peterson stays on his feet. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a third and 2 more. So not much to speak of scoring-wise in this first quarter of play. 0-0 our score. We're back to Minneapolis in just a moment.
This presentation of the NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Snickers. You're off your game when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. They're up against a 3rd and 2 to start things out. They come out here in the eye. They'll run it. Here's Peterson. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
First down, here's the run with Peterson. No gain on the play there, second down. A well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. Now Breeze. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone to the chalk of the 20.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch. Now
it's AP, Adrian Peterson. A good run of 6 yards there, gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Breeze to throw on 2nd down. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. Now, do you put it in your quarterback's hands again? That's the question here on 3rd and goal. Breeze looking to throw on 3rd and 2. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Their dangerous wide receiver from a yard out. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And he'll take this across the 20. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. You know, for this Vikings team, as they come back out here on offense, I don't know that any group had more of a roller coaster ride than them in the 2016 season. The quarterback change at the beginning, the hot start, and then the cold middle. It was just a tough year for them, wasn't it?
It really was, and when you look at how their season went, you mentioned the roller coaster. A lot of it can come back to the injuries, especially along the offensive line. I think by around October, maybe even early November, I'm surprised you and I didn't get a call to go audition to be a left tackle there because they were just down so many guys. So that made it difficult to run the ball and to protect Sam Bradford, their quarterback, and it reflected in their final record.
It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. A dump down to McKinnon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and this is what we saw there. A nice pickup for a 1st down.
He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. I'm just looking side by side at Diggs' number, rookie year versus sophomore year a season ago. 52 catches as a rook, 84 last year, but something you pointed out to me, yards per catch is off a bit, isn't it?
It is, and you know, his first year, he was known a little bit more as a big play threat. This past season, adjusting to a new quarterback in Sam Bradford, that number went down by about 3 yards per catch, but he can be an explosive type of a receiver. Look at the last 2 games of the regular season, well over 100 yards in both.
Throwing, Bridgewater, and right with it here, over the middle. A gain of 6 there on first. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. They'll throw again, Bridgewater. That's complete, right around the 8. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
Let's go.
On 3rd and 1, here's Bridgewater. And he's got Cal Rudolph. And he'll get into the zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kyle Rudolph, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And a little time left on the clock, so on the other side, they're thinking, gosh, we'd like to get that lead right back.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Here I am going ahead and tapping out the first half.
Well,
there's still time. They've got to make a decision about what they want to do on the kickoff, whether they want to let their return guy touch it.
And they will line up now for the 2-point try. Bridgewater will try and throw. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good. So what do you think the mindset was there? You can tie it with a PAT here first half. Why go for the lead right now?
The old school mindset says if you have a better team, you just go ahead and continue to try and dominate. There's also a school of thought, if you don't think you're quite as good, you have to try and take advantage of opportunities. And finally, I just think this is analytics coming into the game. Someone saying the more you go for two, the better your chances are of actually getting them.
The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Sharif Floyd makes the stop. So a very tight first. Well, we're going to let you off a little easy there, LR. Halftime interrupted, and we are ready to get to this third quarter. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here at half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. That incompletion, Charles, gives me a chance to put you on the clock real quick. NFC teams last year that did not make the playoffs that might make a push this coming year.
Well, three that come to mind right away that we thought were going to be in 2016. Minnesota, remember the start they got off to before that didn't work out so well for them. Arizona, we thought they were a lock to be in the playoffs. In fact, many of us called them Super Bowl contenders. And Carolina, the defending NFC champs going into last season, they didn't make it. So I think that all three could return to former glory. I'm going to give you one way off the pace here. You ready?
Let's go.
The Los Angeles Rams. If they get the young quarterback going and that defense continues to live up to expectations, they can make a real strong push in the West.
They've got the D. You're right. They just need the O.
Let's go.
And again, it's Bridgewater. And his throw's going to be incomplete. And the offense looks to pick up the first here on third after that incompletion. On third down, Bridgewater. He'll buy some time right. That's caught by Treadwell. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Now a play fake here on first down. And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there, second down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Now McKinnon. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with third and still 7 yards to go.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, That's a big day.
So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
Over the middle, he's got Treadwell. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
He was looking for Jarius Wright that time. That'll bring up 2nd down. Well, pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Here's Bridgewater. And he's able to find Diggs. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. And now for the offense, this is play number 11 here on this drive. And it's 1st and goal now, but still 10 yards to go. They run it with McKinnon. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Jerick McKinnon, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings have taken the lead. And, Charles, when you catch that toss going right or left, really, but right in this instance, do you go straight for the pylon? Is that where you're going?
Well, typically you want to try and maneuver people a little bit so you have some space to get to the pylon. So I want to make sure I try and move them a little bit to the inside, and in this case to the left, so I can get to the right side and get to that pylon and wink at it as I go by.
And the defense stands tall. The 2-point try is no good. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready. And whistle blown. A timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the 4th quarter of play. They'll come out in the pistol. Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. And Cooks has it over the middle. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And just as they thought they might be able to take that across and get the lead, a big red zone turnover.
I know that I am defense-centric, and I want to give them a whole lot of credit, but I just can't believe after that drive, in that position, ball security paramount, they turn the ball over. Terrible.
It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
They go play action here on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. And the offense here just looking to stay in bounds, complete the short passes, and put this game on ice.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
Sliding out of the pocket. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Keenan Lewis. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Back to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Second down now after the incompletion. They'll look to throw. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. And now they're in the hurry-up. Back to throw. And that's incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And that brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here.
And that was a nice play. He knocked it away, but obviously you want the interception in this situation. You want to take away any chance that they have any decision to make on 4th down. But things happen so quickly in the end zone in this compressed area of the field that you're just happy to knock it away and not allow a touchdown.
All right, so this one's now back within a field goal. And if anybody tells you they see how this one's going to end, I'd have to say they're probably lying, Charles.
And this game's had more twists and turns than a good mystery novel. And I have a feeling we've got a few more twists and turns in store for us before they shake hands here.
The Saints defense ready to set up shop again here. They do have all 3 timeouts remaining, but a 1st down likely ends this thing.
And it looks like they are, to coin a phrase, on the defensive here, right? But in fact...
And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And a long way to go for the offense here on 2nd down. They come out here in the eye. Throwing here, Bridgewater. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the second half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. The Saints with an extra defensive back here on 3rd on the field.
Could they blitz?
To throw is Bridgewater. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. The Vikings will go for it. Bridgewater. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on